Good morning, first graders. Today we are on page 1 of your student journal. So we're on page 1. And our objective for the day, which is our goal, what do we want to learn today? It says, today I will collect and represent data using tally marks in a graph. So the big part of what we're doing today is we're learning about these things called tally marks, and we're going to be using a graph with them. Okay, so let's look at in our vocabulary, what are these tally marks in a graph? So here it says a tallygraph, a graph showing information using tally marks. So this is the graph, the whole thing's the graph, and a graph is a way to represent data, to show information. And it usually is used because it shows information in a really nice, easy way to understand. So this graph says, what is your favorite pet? And the choices were a dog, a cat, or a fish. And then these tally marks show people's votes. So it says over here 9 people voted for the dog, 6 people voted for the cat, and 4 people voted for the fish. But these tally marks also show 9. So if we look at them, they also show 9 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's where the 9 comes from. Over here, it was 6. So watch, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then here we had 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the tally marks are another way to show the numbers. Okay, so let's look here at the tally marks. So tally marks are vertical lines, which mean up, down, and each vertical line equals 1. Now, to make it easier to group them, we put them in groups of 5. So every time I have 4, watch, I had 1, 2, 3, 4. If I have another one, my 5th one is a diagonal one. So then I make a group of 5. It's kind of like if I was going to count something and I made little groups of 5, it would be easier to count them. So we always put them in groups of 5. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this looks like, boys and girls. I'm going to get started. I'm going to put down my green pen, which means you can put down your pencil, and I picked up my red pen, which means you're just going to stop and watch me for a minute. Okay, so here is my problem. My problem looks like this. It says, how did you get to school today? And choices were bus, walk, and car. Well, I know right now most of you are just learning from home, so you probably walked from your bedroom to a desk or to the table. So this doesn't really work. Plus, I'm not able to ask you questions, so I'm just going to have to make up some numbers. So I'm going to pretend that 10 of you told me the bus. And I'm going to pretend that 4 of you told me that you walked. And I'm going to pretend that 8 of you said that you drove in a car. So what does this look like as tally marks? Well, if I needed to make 10 tally marks, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then remember, the 5th one is going to be diagonal, so 5. Because that's a group of 5. And then I'm going to start another group, so I leave some space. So then I have 6, 7, 8, 9. And then because there's 4 here, my 10th one is also going to be a diagonal. So I have 5 in this group and 5 in this group. So I have 10. If I wanted to do 4, 4 would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I stop because I don't have another one to make a group of 5. Okay, for car, we had 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my group of 5. And then I'm going to make a space and then start over. So 5 I have here, and then I have 6, 7, 8. So this one I don't get to finish the group of 5. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8. But it makes it easier to create these groups of 5. Okay, I'm going to do one more for you, ladies and gentlemen, before we do some together. So here, This Tallygraph says, which recess activity do you like best? Okay, again, boys and girls, I can't ask you, so I'm just going to have to make up some numbers. So I'm going to pretend that 7 of you like jump rope. I'm going to pretend that 3 of you like tag. And I'm going to pretend that 12 of you like to play on the playground equipment, which would be like the slide. Okay, so how would I draw 7? 7, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then there's a space, and then I'm going to start again. So I have 5, 6, 7. That's how I draw 7 using tally marks. Okay, let's do 3 now. 1, 2, 3. And I can't do anything else with that one. And then 12, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. I've made a group of 5. So let's make some space and start again. 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I have 4, so I do the 5th one here. So there's another group of 5. So I have 5 more, which is 10. Then I have 11, 12. So that's how I make 12. Okay, so boys and girls, let's try some together. We're going to be on page 2, and I'm going to pick up my green pen, which means you're going to do it with me. So we have a Tallygraph talking about brothers and sisters, or an only child. It says, how many brothers and sisters do you have? So this just means how many of you have a brother, how many have a sister, and how many are only children. So again, we're just going to make up some numbers. So I'm going to put a 7 here, a 9 here, and a 6 there. And I'm writing in green, which means on page 2, you should be writing these same numbers with me. Okay, so how do we make a 7 with tally marks? Okay, ready? We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then make that a group of 5. Then we're going to make a space and start over. 6, 7. So this is what 7 looks like with tally marks. Okay, let's try 9. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's what 9 looks like with tally marks. Okay, let's do our 6 now. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that would be our Tallygraph using tallies. Okay, let's turn the page and we're going to do one more together. Okay, this question or Tallygraph says, how old are you? So some of you are probably 5, some of you are 6, and some of you might be 7. So again, we're going to have to just do pretend numbers because I can't ask you how old you are. So I'm going to say 4 of you are 5, 15 of you are 6, and 3 of you are 7. Okay, so ready? So we're going to use tally marks to make these numbers. So for 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, for 15, what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to make that a group of 5. And then we're going to start over. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So another group of 5. Okay, ready? 11, 12, 13, 14, and always the 5th one goes as diagonal, so 15. So this time I had 3 groups of 5. So 5, 5, and 5, which equals 15. Okay, and 3 people were pretending are 7. So ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, boys and girls, you're going to try one on your own, but you're not going to be able to talk to your friends and find out these numbers. So it says, how many boys and girls in our class are in our class? So I want you to pretend that we have 13 boys, and we're going to pretend that there's 9 girls. So your job is to make tallies to match these numbers. Have a great day. Bye-bye.